Hey guys, how are you? Been gone a while. Not that I really wanted to air my laundry here, but kind of thought that maybe I ought to give some explanations where I've been. I mentioned it in other videos that my eyesight was getting pretty bad. And I let it go longer than I should have, especially with this eye. So it was getting so bad that it was even hard to drive. I couldn't even really see the cursor on the computer anymore. And on top of all the busyness that I had this year, I had to get them fixed, and I'm about 2 weeks into this one, so I had to have implants put in both of them. So kind of hard admitting just how bad they'd got, especially when you're still trying to do things and still do a good job at things, building things, etc. And so mostly I just wanted to kind of let you know that's where I've been. I hadn't give up on it on this YouTube thing, and it's a tough gig, and they don't feel like they're mine. And I do have to have readers for up close things, but it's a pretty amazing thing. For me, it was like having a layer, because of the type of fast growing cataracts that I have. It was like having a layer of Vaseline over top of them. So I wasn't going black, I was actually going white. It was just kind of all white and milky, like trying to look through wax paper. And a couple months ago, well, not a couple, I guess, well, ish, it was really bad in both of them. The good eye was going away pretty quickly, and so I had to go in and get something done about it. And that's kind of where things have been. They still don't feel like they're mine. I'm still getting some prism effects as the implants seat into the actual eye itself. The doctor says it'll go away and that'll get better, but it's still a little bit like seeing a movie in 3D, kind of. You know things are where they are, but you're not sure they're there. I don't know how to explain it. It's odd, and sometimes it's a little euphoric and a little bit nauseating, especially if you spin quick. But he says all that kind of stuff will go away. So mostly I just wanted to put out a quick little, I haven't give up. The summer has been crazy. And I did it to myself. It was just a lot that I wanted to get accomplished this year, especially before winter hit, with the way the world is. It's been hard for me not to want to post a video about how I feel about where the world is right now. And I didn't want this one to be about that. Mostly I just wanted this one to be if you're still watching and you're still a subscriber, I appreciate it. I don't have very many, and as I've said before, that wasn't the biggest end of my game for this anyway, but it's been a tough struggle this year. I'm very thankful for the doctor that did the work. We're going to have this one. Some of the cataract was attached in there that he couldn't quite get out, and so I got to go back in, and they'll have to laser this one some. But it's amazing. It really is. Super stoked to the job he did. There's an immense amount of medications you got to be putting in them at a constant basis for a while you're doing what you're healing up and etc. So it's still been worth every bit of it. All my milkiness is gone. The focus is awesome. Like I said, for reading, I still have to have just not a prescription, even just a pair of inexpensive readers, and they seem to be working great for me, at least at this point. I'm real excited to be able to get back on my bike. That's going to be a big part of happiness for me. When it was getting so bad, I just quit riding it. It just, even driving was a little bit spooky at times, and so before the surgery, I even had to quit doing that for a while, just for the simple fact that I didn't want any issues. And so that's kind of the biggest end of what this little video is going to be about. And we'll try to get back to building some more things and talking about some stuff, discussing, kind of where the world is, because I don't know, I kind of like it, and if you don't want to hear me do it, then you don't have to. That's fine on you. But I kind of feel like an ass for the simple fact that I haven't stayed with it as well as I wanted to. And when you make a remark that you're going to do better and don't, at least for me, it makes me kind of feel like an ass, but we'll try to do better. That's about what I can give you right now, if you even want to still listen to me or watch. And I know at least some of the things I build and make should be better now that I can see what the hell I'm doing. But anyway, just a quick howdy to say I'm still around. We're just still healing up, and I still got some other work to do with it. But it's nice to have some eyesight back. I feel for people that have gone blind that they can't help, and especially for a person that works with his hands, that likes to build things. When you start taking that away, that's hard business. That is very hard business. And I'd feel for anybody that has gone through it, is going through it. The doctor said the reason that I was having the fast-growing cataracts is because I've had some injuries, and I've had a lot of steroid shots. My back, my shoulder, elbow, wrists, hip, and he attributes the fast-growing cataracts to that. Now, I'd never heard that before, and obviously he's got reasons for saying it, so there's got to be something to that. So just a little FYI info to you. If you don't put those two pieces together, and you've been having a lot of steroid shots, you might, and you're having some eyesight issues, you might want to look into it, because I would have never guessed. I've welded and fabricated most of my life, done a lot of terrible things to my eyes, and I just attributed it to getting older and what have you. But I'm sure the doctor didn't just make it up. But you don't hear about it. You don't hear about maybe these side effects of long-term steroids, etc., having an effect on your eyes. So if you are, find an eye doctor with as many letters after his name that you can. Because even in my area, There was only one. And I was lucky enough to get to use him, and those letters behind the name, you know, they're kind of proof of what kind of schooling they have about what they're doing. Not saying that the ones that don't have them letters back, as many letters behind their name, aren't any good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this one did a great job, and it was more of an FYI, just for those of you that may be having some eye issues. You've had some shots in your back or whatever. Look into it, because it might be part of what the issue is. And I'll tell you now, even though I didn't, I wish I had. If you keep letting it go and let it go, that's why I've got to go back and have this one fixed some more, because he just couldn't get all of it off of the iris, and it was kind of stuck. And if they tug too much on that, it will wipe your eye out. You might as well just take it out, because it's useless. And for me, it had gotten so bad I could just barely make shapes out of it. So really, on that, I just wanted to say howdy and make it fairly quick, and you know, at some point we'll get back to a regular gig here, and appreciate you hanging in there with me. With that, the Guardian Workshop out.